Okay, so we have, this is the beginning of the behind the scenes inside the Herbal Circle, which is the second session of this week. Because yesterday we had a big announcement as far as we were opening up the doors inside the Herbal Circle. And for all of this week, we have the doors are open and you can join us. And we are today going to have a quick kind of walkthrough demonstration as far as how the Herbal Circle works, what the process is like when you sign up, what you get, and how it all works. Because I know there is a lot of curiosity around, what this group is, especially if you're new to the Herbal Entrepreneur community and you just discovered us at the Herbal Entrepreneur Conference. You might be wondering kind of, what the Herbal Circle is and what you can get out of it there. So for those of you who are watching live, I would love it if you could, write in the chat, kind of let me know what it is that you would love to see in a community. Like, so my goal with this community is to help all of us with accountability and make sure that we are able to take steps forward. And I created it for myself when I was getting started 2 years ago, but I'm always open to ideas. So if you have ideas or what you would want out of a community, feel free to write that in the chat or in the comments if you're watching this in Facebook. But I am going to go right ahead and share my screen to show you a little bit about how it all works. But before I do that, I just want to show you or explain how the monthly progression works in the Herbal Circle. So basically, when you sign up, you will get like a login to go into the Herbal Circle members website, which has all the content and stuff that you can access. So this includes things like the VIP passes content for the Herbal Entrepreneur Conference, but also our guest webinars, insider shares, and the recordings of the tea rooms that go back like as long as we've had the Herbal Circle. So there is like a lot of content in there that you get access to immediately. And then throughout the rest of the time, you'll get kind of updates as far as when there are certain events. So we'll get into this in a moment, I will show you, but we have the tea room, which is one of my favorite parts about the Herbal Circle. So this is a Zoom meeting style call where we come on and talk about what issues or wins or roadblocks we're currently experiencing in our herbal business, and we kind of open up the floor to get help from others and brainstorm how you can get through whatever it is that you're doing so that we can get further together. That's the idea. So let's go. And so that happens a few times per month. And then we have, I'm going to share my screen and I'll show you how it works. Let's do this. Okay. So this, first of all, is the members area of the Herbal Circle. And so if we have a look in here, you can get access to everything, but there is like community inside here. But the most important part that I want to show you in here is the content side of things. So here we've got all of the different parts or inside that you kind of get access to straight away. And so this has, so if I just show you, for example, the tea room, this has all of the recordings all the way through, so of the years. So if we go, so for example, we can go back in here, and we just had one on Sunday, a tea room session. So if I go in here, it's got the recording of the session, which you can look straight away there. And then we split it up into topics. So we're talking about vending at farmers markets and getting clarity on purpose and doing things at the right time. And then, logistics of herbal flower business and reserving business domains and social handles and when to do that, and packaging for herbal products. So these were like the topics that we talked about in this particular session. But you can, and then you can skip through because they're all time-stamped as well to which topics interest you. And this, there's like so many things in there that are that there's so many topics that we've covered because we've obviously been doing this for like 3 years now. But also because of that, there is a lot of content and it can be difficult for you to find it necessarily. We have the timestamps to help you and it is searchable. But if you are looking for specific content, the best thing to do is either to come live to a tea room, because then you can ask the questions and we can answer it live there with you. But also, if we've talked about it before, I am able to direct you right to the spots that you need to be. Like, I have physically been present for the Herbal Circle tea rooms, and I know what we've talked about and if there's stuff that might be relevant to you. So you can just let me know and we can work through it like that as well. Okay, now, so that's the tea rooms. And then we also have, so as I said, there's the Herbal Entrepreneur Conference. So like this, for example, maybe you joined us this year and you missed the 2020 conference. And so you could come in here and you actually see all of the sessions in here as well. And last year we had like, this was a lawyer and a CPA speaking, and we had, other speakers. So Guido Massé was one of the most popular sessions of last year, and you'll be able to access that straight away as soon as you're in the Herbal Circle. It's in the members area and you can just, go in and check it out. So that's the conferences there. There is also, and it depends on what you need, but there is a lot of content, so pricing masterclass. This actually was born as a result of what I'll show you in a moment. But in the group of the Herbal Circle, we were getting all of these questions around pricing and getting the mindset and working out how to price your herbal products. And there were so many questions that we decided to put together a masterclass for pricing, which is available as a separate product for Herbal Entrepreneur, but it's also included in your membership as an Herbal Circle member. So that's got all of the different areas and it's a whole roadmap to pricing your products and getting that right. So that's all included as well. And there's also the Gmp Pack as well included, because it's just such an important piece for putting together your processes, especially for herbal product makers, that I wanted to include that as well. And so this has like all the templates as well, which for like batch production records and all those sort of things, as well as recordings to go through the process and help you work it out. So there's like a lot of content that you can dive into and see. In addition, I didn't also mention, there was also intensive. So this is like throughout the year, we have free events for the wider Herbal Entrepreneur community. And after 48 hours, they are locked away just for Herbal Circle members. And so these ones here kind of go into here. So we've got like some live event. They're all in different sections here, but these ones here are a few that you might want to look at. So we've got like how to use video as a part of your business, and like presentation and branding at markets. So the way that you actually set up your store, or how to build an online store. It's all in the keywords. It's about copywriting, hosting herbal retreats. And we've got like quite a lot of different sessions in all of these sections as well. Branding, social media, labels, all sorts of things that you can dive into there. And here's all inside the, as soon as you sign up for the Herbal Circle. And then we've got a calendar that shows like kind of what's coming up, how to attend to the events and all that sort of thing. But the other key piece, apart from the tea room, which I would highly recommend because it's really fun to get in, to meet other people and just talk face to face. Like that's what it's all about. That's the most important thing. We've also got this private group, which is held on Facebook currently, is this is where we meet and really open up the discussions. So obviously there's a welcome post to start off with, but then throughout here we've got people sharing what they're doing and that sort of thing, but also like ways to collaborate and work with others. So Melissa's looking for someone to share compostable shrink bands for her products, and looking for advice on GMPs, sharing a summit, that sort of thing. And we also have the recordings inside the Facebook group as well. But in particular, what I wanted to mention here are these posts, as far as these are the accountability posts that we go through each week. and we post what we're doing. And it is so amazing to see the progress that develops over time. So we're posting on this every week, and we're also getting, like, we're responding to each other, talking about it, and like lifting each other up as we go through this process to keep each other accountable, because that's what it really is about. It's those high touch points to keep you going. And that's what the Herbal Circle is all about. We get right into the trenches there with you, and these wins really add up over time. And I keep track of them, or like we do, the team behind Herbal Entrepreneur. And so I showed you this yesterday, but I also just wanted to show you an example of how this really pans out. But like, if you post consistently, you start to see that like massive arc of progress moving forward. So you can just see how many posts that Yamaya has done over the 2 years that she has been a member. She's done more than this. These were just like the highlight reel of her posts. But there was really a progression as she moved through, as she was moving from markets to moving online sales. And this isn't in this post, but I'm creating her website, but she's now moving into the clinical side of things. So she's studying and opening up a clinical practice. But we're going to hear from Yamaya on Thursday, sharing her story. But like, it just really does build up. And this is like, these posts, they're so simple, but the value and the accountability that is built into that to like really make it happen is really amazing and makes such a difference. But so there's that piece of it, and then the members area here, and then we also have like and I mean, this isn't necessarily like a draw point, but we have a weekly email that goes out as well, which sounds boring, but is actually a really important piece as far as keeping you updated, make sure you know what's going. And there's like a dose of inspiration that goes into there and keeps you thinking about it and knowing kind of what's coming up and what we're doing. And that's kind of an important piece too, that is all part of the Herbal Circle. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. And so I would love to know, so for people who are watching live, if you, like, I would love to know, what do you want to achieve in your business in the next, say, 6 months? So like, we're about to going into the 2021 growing season for most of the Northern Hemisphere. Like, what are your goals going for the next little bit? Because that is what we're going to be working on as far as the current piece, the extra thing that we're doing inside the Herbal Circle. Right now, we're about to start the business plan bootcamp. So for those of you who weren't on the call yesterday, the Herbal Business Plan Bootcamp is like it's a 3-day event where we are going to be getting clarity on what you do as a business and making a plan so that you can really map out those steps of what you're going to be doing and that overall vision and how we get to that. So I want to show you, I will show you actually inside here, how this works. So remember, if you're watching, please let me know. So what is your vision? What do you want to do with your business? Write that in the chat and we can go into that in a little bit more detail in a moment. But I want to show you the, okay, let me show you. I want to show you what the bootcamp looks like. Let's do this. Okay, so the bootcamp is, so it's part of the Herbal Circle members area at the moment, but we also have it as, there's foundational content, so like steps for you to move through, as well as live implementation sessions where we get on together and kind of create that plan. And that is what we're going to be doing the first week of May inside the Herbal Circle. So you've got like this week is when we've got the doors are open for the Herbal Circle. Next week is getting understanding how it all works. And then the week after that, we're going to be going into this event. So it's 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And the idea is in these 3 days to make the base of your business plan. It is an ongoing project. Creating a business plan is a pretty a big undertaking that takes time and to think about it and kind of mull over your ideas. But we're going to give you the templates and worksheets to help you work through the process. So you can see my screen here, I believe. And if you can't see my screen, let me know. But and so here we have 3 parts, and this is what we're going to be working on in the Herbal Business Plan Bootcamp as well. But I'll just show you a little bit of what we've got here. So we've got the business snapshot, your action plan, and pulling it all together. So here, like the first phase is about setting the scene and kind of giving that snapshot of where your business is currently at and where you want to go. So it's setting the gap between now and your vision. And that's what this part is all about. The second part is creating the plan to get there. So it's like connecting those 2 dots. And so we've got the marketing plan, the operations plan, the financial plan. So how to actually bring it together. And then, finally, we are pulling it all together in the 3rd day and creating your executive summary. Because if you've tried to do a business plan before, you'll know that the executive summary goes at the beginning of your business plan. But it's actually best to write it or work out what goes in your executive summary at the end of the process. So once you've pulled out all of the pieces, then you kind of just accentuate the most important ones and make that go at the beginning. And so I will show you a little bit. So here we have, so this is about your vision, and we've got like some videos and stuff to go through, like in terms of like how to do post-it notes and work out your vision. And then we also have here, this part here, and I wanted to show you in the templates and resources, we have the business plan template. And so here, this is like a full-on a template that you can edit and go through and do it. So it's like you just fill in the blanks and put it together. And we are going to be kind of filling out worksheets that are the same parts to go inside that business plan. So it makes it a lot more easy to follow through and actually make it happen. So there's like a little video. I have lovely headshots on each one, but this is an example of the worksheet. So I've got like the operations plan overview. This is really big on here. I might have to download I'll just show you an example. So this is like the operations plan worksheet that we've got all these different sections that we go through and work through, but these ones here kind of then slot in really nicely into the business plan template that we figure out. So this is what's coming up soon in the Herbal Circle, that if you want to join us for the business plan bootcamp, now is the time to do so. Because we're running it in a couple of weeks' time, and that's how it works. And we've also got these live implementation sessions to really help you nail down on what's happening there. Now I just want to check the chat. So just to recap, that's what's going on. So like right now, the doors to the Herbal Circle are open. It's $37 per month and completely flexible. So it's kind of it's okay if you want to just join us for the Herbal Business Plan Bootcamp and test it out and see how it is. That's quite fine. And I would love it if you would join us for longer, because I love the community and really there are always new things going on, but just the business plan bootcamp on its own, like the value that you would get out of that, it's like a business class on its own. So I would really, really recommend you coming on. So let's have a look at some of the things in the chat to see what people are actually getting out of this. So Jennifer is a budding herbalist and has a plan for 2021 to continue growing my own herbs and learn about these herbs specifically and making remedies from these herbs. My business is on the right horizon, but getting bones of the process laid out this year. That's perfect, Jennifer. So that's where, like, so if that's you, like, as in anyone watching this, like you've got the base of working as an herbalist, you know, you enjoy growing, and maybe it's like, yeah, it's more the growing side, maybe it's making products, whatever it is, you've got that idea, but you haven't like fleshed out exactly what it is you want to do yet. The business plan bootcamp is perfect because it's going to help you get clarity on how to pull the pieces together and actually make it set the wheels into motion. And then beyond that, once you've got that plan, we've got those ongoing checkpoints inside the Herbal Circle to keep you moving and accountable and actually doing it. So that's perfect. Great. And so Shannon needs to grow my customer base on social media. That's a common struggle, I would say, with a lot of people, especially for people who know they need customers but don't like being on social media. And I know a lot of people are in that boat. And it is also important to realize that you don't necessarily have to do it. So you can, but you can choose how you want to do that. So social media is like a vessel to get customers, and you've recognized that, Shannon, which is awesome, because that's the aim. But you don't have to be on social media to get customers. So a great example of this is so Bernadette of Kerry. She is a member of the Herbal Circle, and she specifically decided not to use social media, and it's not part of her strategy for her herbal business. And instead, she has really nailed down on using SEO. So that's search engine optimization, so that her business shows up on Google. And that's how she gets almost all of her clients via search engine optimization or word of mouth from people. And so that's a lot of people feel like, I have to be on social media, that's what I have to do. But it's not actually true. There are lots of different ways to go about it. And Bernadette was one example, but also myself, between 2020 conference and 2021 conference, I think I maybe posted about 3 to 5 times on Facebook or Instagram. It was I was pretty quiet. And the reason for that was that I had a baby and I didn't want to be on social media. But my business was still growing in that time because I was focused on the email list. And so there's different ways to do this. And I was just focusing on what's most important. But social media can be a really good way to grow as well. So if you've analyzed the things and social media is something that you want to spend your time on, then you would want to be working out exactly how to do that and creating that marketing plan, which is part of the business plan. So we've got the operations, the marketing, and the financials, and the marketing plan to make it happen. And so social media can be a really good way to get clients, especially if you like being on social media and you like interacting with people and you like that time spent. And again, so if that was something you would want to do, there are sessions from the Herbal Entrepreneur Conference, both from this. Yeah, we've got quite a few now, a bank of those from the other conferences. So we've got, this year we had Elizabeth speaking about social media, as well as Angie speaking about Pinterest, which is kind of like a visual search engine social media. But then last year, we also had Sarah Corbett talking about social media, and she had a wonderful session about the scheduling and stuff like that, and also a bit on email list as well. And we had Deborah Engelmeyer in the first year, and a couple of other people as well. But there's the sessions to help you map out your social media plan based on what your goals are. So that's what the business plan is about. It's working on what you want to do and then creating a plan to make it happen, if that makes sense. Okay. We're getting some more comments on Facebook now too. I am seeing you guys. I'm looking out a little bit here. So Kenyatta is saying, I really want to reorganize my business and focus on one product. Yeah, that is such a great idea, as far as like, often we overcomplicate things for no reason, and it just takes up so much effort and mental energy for us. But it's better if we simplify and focus on what we do best. And that's where the analysis really comes in. For those of you who, the Herbal Business Diagnostic is really useful for this as well, which was an add-on for the Herbal Entrepreneur Conference, but also that is included in the Herbal Circle as well, if you would like to get to check that one out. But that one really helps to analyze kind of what's working, or you might be spending a lot of time making a certain type of product, but most of your revenue is coming from just those few bestsellers. And if you focus on those bestsellers, you can kind of get more return for less effort, which is definitely more efficient as a business owner, because you spend your time doing the best things, and you have more time to focus on what you enjoy doing. So that makes a lot of sense, Kenyatta. Great. Oh, and Amy and Tonya, you're so glad to be here. Great. I'm glad that you're here too. It's yeah, this is, so like this one, like basically the Herbal Circle is the continuation of the Herbal Entrepreneur Conference, but like the more intimate version that lasts the whole year. So like I get to know you more personally, and just support going on. So I'm glad that you guys can be here too. You people, I should say. Now, Andrea is asking, who do you recommend for help with target marketing? Can you explain your question a little bit more? So what do you mean by that exactly? Target marketing. If you mean like getting clarity on who your target market is, I think that's, I would probably recommend going to your target market and doing a survey or something like that. That is the best way to get to know your target market. But there could be other things that you mean by target marketing, as far as like if you're targeting with advertising, paid advertising, that sort of thing as well. It depends what you mean there. But yeah, so if it's target marketing, if it's your target market trying to understand who they are, I would recommend this is something that we could talk about on the tea room, for example, or you could post it to the group with like, this is who I think my target market is, and that sort of thing. But there are a lot of good resources as far as working out the question. So your ideal customer avatar is important to work out, so that you know who you're speaking to. And the more clarity that you get on your ideal customer avatar, the better you are going to understand like how to speak to them, so that they really respond and want to be part of you, of what you're doing, and they want to try your products or your services, depending on what you offer as well. And so this does really depend on what you do. Okay, got it. Okay, so Andrea is saying, so Facebook targeting folks interested in herbs and teas only. Okay, so that, like, personally, I have a lot of experience on, because I would say, I'm not sure, but there's a good possibility that you discovered the Herbal Entrepreneur Conference as a result of Facebook ads, because Facebook ads is actually one of my strengths. I have ran them for other people before. I started as a Herbal Entrepreneur, and I personally run them all myself. And so if you've ever tried doing Facebook advertising before, you'll see that it is quite easy to target by interests. And then, it's a complicated process, and we won't be able to go through that now. But I'll just quickly share with you. We've had this question in the group before. And because of that, if we go to here, in the tea room last year, so for example, if someone asked me that in the Herbal Circle, I would say, well, we've talked about that before. In 2020, we had a Facebook ad strategy session. And in this strategy session, I actually went through like I shared my screen and showed exactly what we did for the Herbal Entrepreneur Conference and how I targeted people, and but most importantly, how I set up conversions so that you can see when someone purchases, and like with the Facebook pixel, even though that has changed slightly now, there's just been changes going through now, but I showed you kind of how that works. But like, this is an example of, you have a question, and then we created this like specific session just to talk about Facebook ads for who was interested in Facebook ads. And this happens kind of quite often when we have specific topics that people are interested in based on the conversations in the group. I just like say, let's do this. So we had like a Facebook ad session, a holiday brainstorming session, a website copy session last year. And this year so far, we've had a growing brainstorming session. But yeah, it just depends on what people are wanting to know about. Great, so we're getting some good comments. Thank you, Yolanda. I feel like what you're doing is so generous and so helpful. Yeah, like I said, I created this because I wanted to do it. And that was like, I created this community for myself back in 2019, and it's just grown. Like, it's there's been people who have been with me right from the beginning, and like I honestly count them as friends now. Like, they're part of my my herbal friends, because I don't have many herbal friends in person, and so like my community is the herbal circle, and it's a special community for me. So yeah, if you do want to be part of the community and help each other, and we all have our strength, that's what it's about. So it's about like putting your question to the group, and it can be either in the private community or in the tea rooms, is putting that question, what you need help with, out there. And then we work together to try and provide all answers. So sometimes it's me, if it's like digital marketing stuff, often I know something, but it might be someone else, as far as like they have, they're more experienced with GMPs, they might be more experienced with labeling, with scheduling for clients, for example. We've just had that conversation come up recently, or like, yeah, whatever question it is that you have, it's quite likely that there's someone else in the group who's been there before and has something that can help you too. So yeah, we're getting some good comments. Thank you, feeling inspired. And like I said, I'm so glad that you're here and can be part of this community. I hope that you will be able to join us inside the Herbal Circle, because now is a wonderful time to join, because we've just had the Herbal Entrepreneur Conference, and it's just time to like keep that momentum going. And we're about to start the Business Plan Bootcamp, which really pulls all those pieces together so that you have a plan going forward. And then the Herbal Circle will support that journey going beyond the bootcamp with those regular check-ins, and when those questions, roadblocks come up, we're here to support and help. So that is it for today. And like, I just wanted to give you that peek behind the scenes. That's what I wanted to share. And tomorrow we have a couple of our Herbal Circle members joining us on the call, so that we can let you know kind of what it's like being in the Herbal Circle from the Herbal Circle members' perspective, what it's actually like, not from me, but from them. And so I'm really excited to introduce you to a few people tomorrow, and looking forward to how that pans out, because it's going to be a fun session, I think. So thank you again for coming on. And if you have any questions in the meantime, just email us at support@herbalentrepreneur.com or send me a message. But otherwise, I really encourage you to join us in the Herbal Circle. So the doors are open until Friday this week. So we've got 3 more days to go. And I hope that you'll be able to join us. Let me know if you have questions, but I will see you on the inside of the Herbal Circle. Thank you again.